What's up, real ones? Welcome to Let's View It. So usually I don't cover true crimes, and usually I don't drink coffee while I'm recording a video. So in this video, expect the unusual. It's even sometimes surprising to me that I'm still not fully serious when I'm about to cover a fully serious topic. So anyways, I'm gonna do the unusual, and I'm gonna cover a true crime story, and I'm gonna cover the Jessie Butler case. And I'm not covering the Jessie Butler case because the crime was so horrific and evil, because it was, but the thing that makes this case even more crazy is the ending of the case. And with the case having this type of ending, I had to make a video on it. Now, if you don't know who Jessie Butler is, or you haven't heard of this case like I didn't, let me break it down real quick. Jessie Butler was a 17-year-old high school baseball superstar who raped and essayed two girls that he was dating for a 9-month period. And we're talking about some real off-the-wall essayed stuff. Stuff like, trigger warning, we're talking about inserting foreign objects into them. We're talking about this dude would strangle them, then revive them, and then strangle them again. And one of the victims he strangled so bad that she had to be taken to the hospital and have surgery on her neck for her to survive. And I'm sure there's other stuff I'm missing. I've heard a small portion of one of their testimony, but I stopped listening to it. I don't want to hear girls cry and talk about what he did to them. If you guys want to hear that stuff, you can look it up, but I don't want to put it on my video. It's terrible. I feel like this is enough for you guys to know that this dude's a complete piece of shit and doesn't need to be on this earth. Now, I won't remove him from this earth because I'm a man of God, but I can see the positives of him not being here. Oh, and one more thing. Another victim came out after the case was over saying that it happened to her too. She was just too scared to come out and talk about it. So you can tell this guy is like the bottom feeder of pieces of shit. Now, before I finish the story and give you the surprise ending, and if you know the surprise ending, don't ruin it for everybody else. I hate when people do that. So before I give you the surprise climactic ending, I'm going to show you guys the arrest video of Jessie Butler and let it set the tone for the ending. So you already know. Let's view it.
We're ready to obviously tell our story too.
Yeah. Why did the cop sound like Kim Kardashian? Maybe that's where all the problems started. The first interaction with the officer was with Kim Kardashian. Yeah. But don't get distracted by Kim Kardashian. The thing that's important right here, and I want you guys to catch, listen to what the mom just said. She says, good, because we want to tell our side of the story too.
We're ready to obviously tell our story too.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's implying that this is not true. This is a lie. And I just find that interesting because you're going to find out later that part of her story is she doesn't know any of this is happening. At least that's what she told the courts.
We're ready to obviously tell our story too.
Yeah.
Jess, it's Mom. Open the door. It's me.
And if you'll just have him step out.
Okay. Give me your wallet and phone and stuff. So, okay. Your what?
They're in the car.
Well, okay, it's fine. It's not locked or anything, is it? Okay. So, can you tell him what you just told me, or?
Yeah. So we're here. We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be there very long. But there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs. So turn around for me.
You have to put him in handcuffs?
Requirement for us anytime we transport somebody.
You had to put him in handcuffs? Did you hear the mom in the background? They know why the cops are here to arrest this dude. They know what the charges are. They know what the claims are. You had to put him in handcuffs? Yes, bitch. What the? Finisher. The fact the cops even being this nice is crazy. This takes white privilege to a whole nother level. If you experience white privilege, let me tell you this right now. You didn't get it all. You didn't get your full advantage. You didn't take advantage of your full privilege, bro. I'm telling you that right now. I'm sorry, but if this was a black dude, it ain't going down like this. This is nuts. The crime that he's accused of is like top 3 of all crimes you can do.
In custody.
You know we're gonna win this. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll get you out. For me? Alright, stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're coming to get you, okay? Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers.
Okay, so he's going to go right to the city of Stillwater jail, and if you'll just contact her, then she does this all the time. She knows what to do.
Yep.
Make sure
Okay.
she knows Stillwater Police Department, not county.
Stillwater Police Department.
We're the ones
On
that-
Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let them know that
perfect.
we're the ones that picked him up.
And
They
when
don't-
you say we are the ones.
Stillwater PD.
Stillwater PD.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way they don't think he went like straight over and he's over at the county.
Awful experience for a child.
What? What is happening? What is going on with that mom? Your kid is being accused of essaying 2 girls for 9 months straight. I think he got like 11 different accounts or charges or something like that. For 9 months straight. And you're talking about what he has to go through? Do you really have to handcuff him?
Or you gonna pass it or something? Yeah. Make that chart. Try to pat you down and spread your feet for me. Nothing in your socks.
Love you, Jeff. See you in a bit.
So we can all see there's something wrong with this whole family, apparently. Because the mom's just as much as a piece of shit as her son. And I get it. A mom's gonna defend her son first, right? If she don't have all the info, she's gonna defend her son. But this is the thing. This is the thing. It came out that she actually heard one of the victims screaming and shit in his room or wherever he stays at, and she knocked on the door, and her poor little Jessie Butler said, "Everything's okay in here, Mom." And she was like, "Oh, okay." So obviously, when the girls tell on him and the cops come, the mom already knew. She already put 2 and 2 together. She already knew that whatever happened behind those doors, her son did. Now, maybe her son left out some details, but she knows what her son did. She knows that it's most likely true. She heard the screams, she heard the yells, and she ignored it because her son said it was okay. Not because the girl said it was okay, but because her son said it was okay. Now, maybe she was in denial and she wanted to walk away and say, hey, maybe they're roughhousing or they're doing some crazy stuff, but maybe it is okay. And I don't want to know about it. I'm going to stop thinking about it because if I don't think about it, that means it's not happening. Maybe that is what happened at the house. But at this point, when the cops are rolling up and saying we're arresting him for this, this, and this, now you know the true story. But the mom's still saying stupid stuff like, well, obviously we want to tell our side of the story. I'm going to win this for you, son. Do you have to put handcuffs on him? This is an awful thing for my chubby Jessie to go through. He was in the middle of eating a cupcake, officer. Can he finish his cupcake? It's just a little left. So all of that was just an act by the mom. She knew what her son did. She knew he was probably guilty. And then she goes and tells the court that she had no idea any of this was happening. Anyways, to get to the conclusion of the story, because of all this stuff he was getting convicted of, Jessie Butler was facing 78 years in prison. 78 years in prison. That would have been the rest of his life, and that would have been correct math. That is the sentence he should have got. But guess what his sentence was? Do you think it was half that time? 25% that time? 10% that time? What about 5% of that time? Ladies, hold on to your thong string. Jessie Butler got 0 time. No time in prison at all. He got sentenced to community service and rehabilitation till he's 19 years old. He's 18 right now. So if he completes community service and his rehabilitation program, he will be out in like a year or free in a year. He's not getting out of anything. He will have to stop going to rehabilitation in a year and stop having to pick up trash. So what happened? How did it go from 78 years to 0? Well, I guess the 78 years was when they were trying him for adult. Apparently, somehow through this process, the judge and the court decided that he shouldn't be tried as an adult, and it suspended that whole sentence and apparently dropped it to community service and the rehabilitation. It is absolutely crazy to think about that this guy had 11 accounts of SA, inserting foreign objects in 2 girls for 9 months straight, choking them, choking one so bad to the point that she got surgery on her neck to still stay alive, and he has to pick up trash and go to rehabilitation. This is absolutely crazy, and I'm surprised that the other girl's parents don't do, something about it. Because I'm telling you right now, if I was the dad of any of those girls and that dude is picking up trash after what he did to my little girl, bro. Next thing you know, you will find me in court going, 5th. If you know, you know. But another ridiculous part about this whole thing, and let me preface this by saying, I've been a licensed psychiatric technician for like 17 years. What is that? That's a fancy way of saying that I babysitted crazy ass criminals, tackled them, and forced them to take meds when they didn't want to take them. I worked in the country's biggest criminally insane mental hospital. Straight weirdos, rapists, pedos, people that deleted their mamas, just nutty ass people. Now, of course, I had to learn about psychology and medications and things like that to get my license. So I know a little bit about, rehabilitation and stuff. And I want to say this because we would try to rehabilitate SVPs, which stood for sexual violent predator. Basically, rapist or chomo person. We have programs that were supposed to rehabilitate them. Now, this is the thing. Never in the history of psychology have we ever proven that we can rehabilitate sexual behaviors, sexual preferences, sexual fetishes, and in this case, sexual evils. I refuse to call SA and pedo crap fetishes. They're evils. They're sexual evils. That's what they are. But never in the history of psychology have we proven that we can rehabilitate these type of things. In fact, it's believed that you can't, right? It's believed that you can't turn a person gay or a gay person straight. It's believed that there's no way for me to change someone's fetishes. Your fetish is your fetish, and that's that. So why ever would that be a sentence for a sexual crime? How could you know a 17-year-old boy repeatedly inserted stuff into two girls, choked them repeatedly, raped them repeatedly, so much to the point that he sent one to the hospital to get a neck surgery so she can live, and think you can rehabilitate that so he doesn't want to do that anymore? And even if it was true, let's just pretend like you can rehabilitate him and it's successful. What is the definition of rehabilitation? Because anything or anyone that I know that has been rehabilitated, it's been like drugs, alcohol, anger, gambling, all these things that people can get rehabilitated for. Every single one of them still want to do it. The only difference is they're choosing not to, or they have their life designed in a way where they avoid those things. If you're a rehabilitated alcoholic, that means you can't drink. You probably have an urge to drink, but you have to tell yourself you can't drink. Because you know if you drink, it's going to make a mountain out of a molehill. But it doesn't mean you don't have the desire to drink. If you stop doing drugs, meth, you might be sober now, but it doesn't mean you don't have the desire to smoke meth. In fact, that's why most of the time you're keeping count of your sobriety days. It's been 3 years, 7 days, and 5 hours of my sobriety. It's because you know every day it's a battle. So if we were going to take the logic of what a rehabilitated person is, that means that the court is accepting that this kid can walk around wanting the desire, having the urge to grape, essay, stick foreign objects in girls, choke them repeatedly, as long as he doesn't do it. Does that make any sense to anybody out there ever? Because this is the biggest difference. This is the biggest difference. A rehabilitated meth head, if he fails and he goes back to doing meth, he basically ruins his own life. Yeah, it can take down family members on the side, but it's more directly towards him. If an alcoholic fails their rehabilitation, all he does is start drinking and it directly affects him. If a gambler fails at their rehabilitation, it directly affects them. If a rapist or a Jessie Butler fails at his rehabilitation, do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? It's all about risk and reward. I would say this all the time about the patients we had in this hospital, because most of the time, if they got out, guess what? They came back. That's just a fact. It's just a fact. And I would always say, what's the point of pouring in all this money trying to get this criminal to meet the bare minimums of acceptability in society? Because when they get out, they're not becoming millionaires or billionaires or even getting careers. They're doing the bare minimum, most likely on SSI, possibly working at McDonald's. That's the best you're going to get out of these guys. And if they can't pull that off, that means most likely they're making somebody else a victim. It doesn't make sense to put so much energy into rehabilitating criminals. It doesn't make sense. It's not worth one more person getting hurt on a gamble that some dude might stop doing drugs and just take his ass to his job at Walmart. It's not worth the risk. Now, there's one more thing I want to touch on, no Diddy, before I wrap this video up. And that is the whole Steven Crowder and that narrative that, You know, they used a case where that black dude stuck that white girl on that bus, and they made it a race thing, and they're like, that guy has been arrested 23,000 times and let out 23,000 times. He shouldn't even been on the streets. And the only reason why he keeps getting out is because there are these policies, race-written policies, that make it easier for black people to get out. Now, if this is your first time hearing that, you probably think it sounds ridiculous. But this is a real narrative that people like Steven Crowder try to push. It's a real narrative. They say black people get out of prison easier, get out of trouble easier, all because the courts are forced to let us out easier because of some magical race policy. So I would like to murder that narrative with the Jessie Butler case, because explain that. There's no way in hell a black person is getting that sentence in this type of case, knowing that they did it. There is no way in hell that is happening. And even to make the narrative true, that would mean that if Jessie Butler was a black 17-year-old boy, that they would have had to give him an award or something. Because with the sentence he got right now as a white person, for a black person to top that, you better pay me, have a parade or something, I don't know. But to do what Jessie Butler just did and to get that sentence is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's crazy to have a monster, an evil ass person like that just walking around the world. I don't care if his mom doesn't want handcuffs on him. It's just too hard for me to wrap my mind around that a judge in our criminal system would think this person needs to keep walking around, dating more girls. How would that even work? How would that work if you're Jessie Butler? It's like if you try to ask a girl out on a date, wouldn't she be like,
oh, hell no. Aren't you the one that sticks foreign objects in girls and chokes them until they go to the hospital to get neck surgery so they can still live?
that's the old me, baby. I went to rehabilitation, got all that evil stuff out of me. I would never choke you that many times. But if you have anything to add to this video, then comment below. Tell me what you think. I couldn't imagine any person actually agreeing with this sentence except for his stupid ass mom. But honestly, I think she knew something, so I think she should get arrested too. She's probably the leader. She probably gathers these girls for her little Jessie. But whether or not you agree with the sentence or not, I'm still gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hit checker button and subscribe with me. And I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night.
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
All my life.
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
Can't help
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
That's why
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.